My boss, the director of the Law Enforcement Academy, Mr. Barry Vogel. Next would be Commander Frank Briones, El Paso Police Department. Commander Robert Flores, El Paso Sheriff's Office, and night coordinator for this basic peace officer class. Let's see. Officer Jesus Herrera. And I think all of these graduates will tell you a trainer extraordinaire, right guys? Okay. I would also like to recognize former graduates of our academy classes day and night. If all of you would please stand, former graduates, all the law enforcement agencies representing, the Washington City Police Department, Anthony Police Department, Marfa Police Department. Are there any other departments out here recognized tonight? Raise your hand or hold your peace. All right. Thank you, guys. Thanks for being here. Now I would like to ask Mr. Barry Vogel, Director, to step forward and say a few words.
Thank you, Dan, and I want to thank you all for being here. This is a very special moment for all these graduating cadets, and it's important that they see their friends and family here. I always want to thank three groups of people at these ceremonies. The first one I want to thank and congratulate is are the trainers, Officer Herrera and Commander Flores. Thank you very much for bringing this class to this point, and I know that they were well trained and ready to embark on their new careers. You did an excellent job. Thank you. And to the cadets themselves, I know working under these guys how hard they worked and what they had to go through. I'm sure some of them are still suffering some of the bruises that they had to go through with defensive tactics and what have you. But it's not an easy curriculum. It's not an easy academy to go through. We lost several people along the way, but this group made it. They did very well, and we're very, very proud of them. So thank you guys. The third group I wanted to thank is probably most of all of you who are here tonight, their families and friends and loved ones that are here to see this graduation. It's, like I said, it's a tough curriculum. It's a long time to go through, an entire year basically. And they just can't do it without the support of friends and family. Sometimes to help them out, in some cases child care, making sure that they're able to go ahead and study. Sometimes being a friend and not going out that night and having fun, but letting them stay home and study and making sure that they do study. And so your support is crucial to them and to their success tonight. So thank you all very much. You might want to give yourselves a round of applause.
Now I'd like to introduce a gentleman. He was born and raised in El Paso, Texas. He's 48 years young. Trust me, I remember those days. He graduated from Bel Air in 1988, was in the United States Marine Corps from 88 to 92. He served in Operation Desert Storm veteran, as a matter of fact. He has a bachelor's degree from Park University, and he joined the El Paso Police Department in 1994. And he has worked different assignments: Mission Valley Patrol, Mission Valley Crash Unit, Gangs, Mission Valley Impact and Tactical Unit, Mission Valley Tactical Unit Supervisor, Mission Valley CID Commander, Commander for the West Side Regional Command, and he is currently assigned as Commander for the Pebble Hills Regional Command Center. He was voted Officer of the Year back in 2000 by the El Paso Police Department and the El Paso Police Association, and he was voted Supervisor of the Year for the El Paso Police Department in 2010. I would like to introduce and ask him to come forward and say a few words, Commander Frank Reynolds.
Thank you. I can't see very well, so I need to put on my readers. First of all, good evening. My name is Commander Briones of the El Paso Police Department. I want to start by congratulating the El Paso College Law Enforcement Training Academy Class 79 on this very important day in your education and professional careers. I also want to thank you for inviting me to speak on this important night. Soon most of you will continue your law enforcement careers with different police departments throughout the state. Although presently the career of law enforcement officer is one of the most challenging careers one can take on, I also believe that this career is the most exciting career one can ask for. As a law enforcement officer, you will be entrusted with tremendous responsibility and authority to assist you in helping the citizens that you will be serving. It takes a special person to take on the career of a law enforcement officer. As a law enforcement officer, you will be asked at times to play the role of a priest, a counselor, a parent, and at times you will simply be asked to just be a shoulder to lean on. You are expected to run towards danger as everybody else is running away from it. You are expected to stand in front of people that you don't even know, willing to give the ultimate sacrifice to save them. It is for these reasons that your integrity, honor, and everything that you stand for should never be compromised. You need to understand that as a law enforcement officer, everything you do will no longer be a reflection of you, but a reflection of the department that you'll be working for. And most important, a reflection of all the men and women who wear this badge, and all the men and women who have worn this badge. Our integrity and honor should always be at the forefront. I have been blessed to have served our great city while working for this great department, the El Paso Police Department, for the past 25 years. I have the opportunity to meet and work with many members of the community, helping each other maintain El Paso as one of the safest cities in the country. I'm also very lucky to work with great officers at my current assignment, the commander of the Pebble Hills Regional Command Center. These officers serve 1/3 of the population of El Paso and work tirelessly to ensure that the citizens of the East Side have a good quality of life. It is for these reasons that there's not one day that goes by that I don't take time to shake their hands and thank them for the work they do on a daily basis. As you enter your career as a law enforcement officers, remain humble in your profession. Always remember that you are a servant of the people, and on your daily interactions with the community, it should reflect that. Don't ever forget how important your family at home is, and never take your job home. Your family will often sacrifice valuable time, which they could be spending with you, as a result of your duties as a police officer. As you come into this career, be ready to build a strong work ethic and a strong reputation, as these are the only two things that are guaranteed in our profession. I have seen many friends come and go during my career. I have also witnessed close friends of mine give the ultimate sacrifice while serving. Through it all, I can honestly say that if I could do it all over again, I would in a second. As someone once said, find a job you enjoy doing and you will never work a day in your life. Well, I can honestly say till this day, I have never worked a day in my life. Again, I want to thank you for inviting me, and I want to wish you luck in your new careers. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Commander. During the many months of training, academics and skills and firearms were addressed. Tonight, 3 awards are going to be handed out for top shooter, top skills, and top academic scholarship award. And to start this off, I'd like to ask Commander Flores to come forward and get us going with the awards.
Okay, just want to recognize our top shooter for the class. Each class is required by the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement to undergo certain number of hours of training with both firearms, with both handgun and rifle. We had one student that went above and beyond and kind of stood above and beyond the rest of the class. And he definitely came in already prepared to shoot. He had the mindset to shoot the whole time that he was here, and you're looking at expending about 1,000 rounds of ammunition per student. So that's a lot of ammo, and he maintained that level of excellence the entire time. So I'd like to call up Mr. Omar Castillo. Before I introduce our class valedictorian, I want to kind of, it's pretty hard to follow up somebody like the commander who came in here and talked a little bit earlier, and everything he said. You know, if you've been in law enforcement for a while, you kind of take that to heart, and you truly understand that this is more of a lifestyle. This isn't something that you just go do work and then you go home and everybody forgets about your job. You know, when you go out to a public place, or you go out to a family get-together, or even an event with your friends, this is one of the few occupations that people introduce you by what you do. You know, they're like, well, that guy's just a cop. You know, they don't usually do that with teachers. They don't usually do that with anybody else. So at that point, you know, certain people in the room are just going to kind of shy away from you. And, you know, it's just one of the things that you kind of have a tendency to live with. But you know, understanding the sacrifice that goes into every single day of your life moving forward, it's definitely something that you have to accept. Well, this class had 9.5 months of academic requirements that required them to stay home on weekends and study. They had Monday tests for a reason. I didn't want them out on weekends. I wanted them at home hitting the books as often as they could. As a result of that, I'm sure they missed many family get-togethers. They missed a lot of functions with their kids, but they had to understand that moving forward, this job requires a lot of sacrifice. And we had one student, and I'll talk about him a little bit, who just stood out amongst everybody else. But the thing that makes this student a little different is that forever, cops and firemen have always kind of made fun of each other. And I promised that I wouldn't make fun of him because he happens to be one of those guys. But you know, it's funny that you had him come to class. He made himself known. First day he was there, very, very humble, very hardworking, very studious. And every single test he came out, he delivered at least an 88 percentile, 90 percentile, till eventually he worked his way up to a 92 percentile and maintained that for the entire class. So, you know, we're looking at him going like, you know, we can't have a fireman as our class valedictorian. We just can't have it. You know, we make fun of firemen because, you know, they drive like 20,000-pound trucks real fast to go take somebody's blood pressure. And as cops, you know, we're looking back going like, no, we can't have these. But, you know, I got to tell you, Mr. Carlos Ornelas did an outstanding job. He delivered above and beyond, and you all ought to be ashamed of yourselves because you're the fireman beat you. So, but I want to recognize Mr. Carlos Ornelas for his class average of 92 percentile in academic achievement. And also one more thing to add on that academic achievement. He was kind of the baseline for the class, and I used him as kind of a test on how they would do on their Monday exams. And he was always very, very active in putting together study groups and making sure that everybody came along the way they were supposed to. But this class is the 19th 100% passing class of the El Paso Community College evening program, and that's consecutive passing class. This class has set quite a streak. I don't know how the next class is going to do, but we're governed by the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement Standards, and that's how they grade us. You know, you go through your academy, they come in, they periodically audit you, they audit your rosters and what have you. But the way they grade you as an academy is based on how your class performs when they take the state exam. Well, this class not only delivered 100%, but they were the 19th class in a row. So I appreciate y'all's work. You did an outstanding job.
Good evening. The next award, again, and I want to congratulate all of you. They did an outstanding job. This is one of the academies that I've gone through that really haven't complained on me. Appreciate that. But everybody did their best on defensive tactics. Everybody had to go through a lot, as you saw in the video. And it's a class where you want to sweat and bleed in training instead of doing it out on the streets. So they have to get trained and be able to take that punishment, if you want to put it that way. But everybody did great, but there was one person who did exceptionally well, always out there doing the skills the way they above and beyond, and assisted others in that same thing. And again, I'm sorry to say it's a fireman, but I'll go with Carlos Ornelas again. Congratulations.
All right. Would the class president please come forward? Do you have a presentation?
All right, a little unprepared. Give me a second. Hey, Commander. Okay. So from Class 79, I'm just going to knock this out of the way. We're going to present our class plaque to you. We have a thing, we all hang up a plaque at the end of the year for every class picture, and that's ours. And so it'll hang on the wall at the academy for however many years till they run out of room, I guess, and take it down. All right, thank you guys for coming out and see everyone. First off, I'm going to address all of our instructors, because those were the people who have gotten us to where we are now. And these guys are all, most of you see, they're all full-time law enforcement. They go to work every day, all day, sometimes at night, and they still come to class in the evening to teach us and to make us to where we are now. So thank you guys for that. To the graduates of Class 79, we finally made it. So congratulations on this transformation that you've begun making. From citizen to future police officers. The last 10 months have been long and very daunting, especially for those who are working the full-time jobs and still come to class at the end of the night. From this day forward until the day you retire, you will be in the public eye and subject to some of the most intense scrutiny that the public has to offer. Remember that this is a service profession, and it will be your responsibility to serve the same public that is going to scrutinize you anyway. You can never take action based on the emotion, and everything you do will have consequences, whether they be bad or good. And if you ever find yourself in a difficult situation, just remember why you joined, why you decided to be in this profession, and what inspired you to become the men and women that you are today. So it has been a long road, and it has been filled with fun experiences and memories, and I couldn't have picked a better group than you guys that sit right there in front of me right now. Class 79, I wish you all the best of luck on your future endeavors, and remember that the weak never survive. Thank you.
like to ask the staff here and the instructors to step forward so that we can hand out these graduation certificates. Folks, once we start calling names, if you want to come forward and take pictures of your favorite graduate, or all the graduates if you want, by all means, please do so.
I'll make sure that they'll write this.
As your name is called, please come forward. Raul Barraza. Jaime Bustillos.
You're welcome to come on up to take photographs. The Commander Flores has been trained to hold that smile for at least 5 minutes. Not a problem.
Martin Campos Jr. Joshua Carrizales. Luis Castillo. Omar Castillo. Amanda Cobb. Brian Fernandez. George Martinez. Manuel Olivas. Carlos Ornelas. Adam Pettis. Eloisa Pescador. Matthew Ramirez. Sergio Rodriguez.
Right, Cowboys fan.
Jordan Roebuck.
Congratulations, sir, congratulations.
Carlos Solis.
Oh, my big star.
Christopher Solis. Stephanie Treestay. Ismael Valenzuela. Folks, how about a round of arousing applause for these 20 graduates? All right, please be seated. Now I'd like to ask Mr. Vogel to come forward for our benediction.
I need glasses. If you would join me in prayer, please. Dear Lord, as these cadets leave us to their new callings, give them your blessing. Grant them the compassion for others, wisdom when using their authority, courage in the face of danger, and strength when choosing integrity over temptation. Keep them and their families safe and in your care as they go forward to protect others. Remind us all when people call for help in their greatest need, in their most desperate times, you'll be sending one of them. May we have your protection as we leave this gathering and return to our homes and families. I pray this in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen.
Your slogan is "The weak never survive." Well, obviously, you're definitely not weak, you're strong, because you're survivors, you've succeeded tremendously, and you're on your way to a tremendous career. And I agree with the Commander, if you do your job right and you enjoy what you do, you get paid for having fun. So guys, listen, get out there, enjoy yourselves, be safe, be careful, and welcome to the ranks of the Thin Blue Line. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes our ceremonies. We're going to take last pictures up front. Thank you for coming.
Dismissed.
We never survive!